Stampers, this is Dawn from Dawn Stamping. And today we're going to make this really cute Valentine's Day card. I'm calling it Peekaboo Gatefold card. So it opens up like this. This was actually my swap. Let me show you my swaps that I made. Here they are. And they're all the same design. They're just using the different designer paper that's in the New Occasions catalog. Aren't they cute? So there's 40 of them. They look so nice in my little basket. Cute. All right, so let me give you the measurements of the card. Okay, so here's a piece of real red cardstock. This is the 8.5 by 11. We're going to cut this together. And then I have some Whisper White for the inside. Since we're going to be making 2 cards, I figured I'll just go ahead and make them both with you today. So both pieces are cut at 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. Then we'll need 4 panels, 2 for each card. And these are cut at 1.5 by 5 1/4. Then the designer paper, this is the brand new designer paper called Sending Love Designer Paper Stack. What you'll want to pay attention to is whatever designer paper you end up using. Like this one is, they're all double-sided. So, but this one has words on it, and then on the other side it has little dots. So when you're cutting it, you want to make sure that you want to pay particular attention to the wording, or if there's a design on both sides that has to be cut a certain way. Okay, so I just want to bring that to your attention. So these are all cut at, now this is the same piece of designer paper that's in that paper stack. So what I did is I cut all 4 strips, and then I'm going to make 1 card with this design, and then 1 card with this scallop design. And then these all 4 are cut at 1 1/4 by 5. Okay, so let's grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so first we're going to cut this at 7 3/4. So we're going to take the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to cut it down from 8.5 down to 7 3/4. Okay, then we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 6. Okay, then we're going to turn it on the 11 inch side, and we're going to cut this at 5.5. This is going to make both of your card bases. Super easy. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and fold our score lines. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, so we have both of our bases. Now we're going to go ahead and put our Whisper White piece inside of both of the cards. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so now we have our layers we have to do for the front. Remember, 2 pieces for each of the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and layer all these together. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put these on the front. Okay, so there's our cards. Aren't they cute so far? All right, so now we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to grab some Whisper White. Okay, so we're going to be using the stamp set called Sealed with Love, and this is in the Occasions catalog, and this is also available in a bundle. Let me show you the framelits. These are the framelits. These are called Love Notes, and you get all 14 pieces of the framelits, and you can buy them both in a bundle and save 10%. Okay, so we're going to be using the Hugs and Kisses. I love that little font. And then this one for the front, which says Happy Valentine's Day. And then the little hearts will stamp on the bottom of the inside. So let me grab the Real Red Classic ink. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stamp the Happy Valentine's Day twice. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and Set that aside for a second. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp the hugs and kisses. So we're going to close the card, and then we're going to stamp the greeting right in the center of that gatefold, right where the opening is. Then we're going to take the other one, do the same thing. Okay, then we're going to take the little hearts. This fits perfect on the bottom edge of your insert, stamping it 3 times. So first you're going to stamp it right in the center along the bottom edge. And then you're just going to place one here and right there, and it lines up really, really nicely. Spaced out nice. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, super cute. All right, so let's grab the punch. Okay, so we're going to use the 2-inch circle punch for the Happy Valentine's Day. Going to punch that out. Okay, then we're going to grab the Big Shot. Okay, so we're going to be using the red glimmer paper. So pretty. We're going to use the layering circle framelits. We're going to use this scallop. This measures really nicely with the 2-inch circle punch. I'm going to cut out 2 of those. So let's bring in our layers. There's the 2 cards. I'm going to use the Fast Fuse. That works the best when you're adhering cardstock to the glimmer paper, or you can use the green lid glue. Okay, then we're going to put adhesive along the top edge. Okay, so when you're closing the card, you don't want to put your adhesive all the way over the scallop circle because we want to open the card. So you're just going to put it on the top part of the circle and then just press that down so it opens up like that. Cute. So let's do this one. Close your card. And then just put the scallop right there. Cute. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, so there's those 2. Let me bring in my swaps again to show you. Okay, so here's the other swaps. So you can see all the designer paper. Isn't it pretty? And you get a lot of sheets. I think you get a total of 48 sheets, which you get 8 designs because they're double-sided, so that's 16 patterns of the paper, and you get 48 sheets total. So it's a lot of designer paper, and they're 6x6 pieces, so they're very nice for cards. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.